Hello students, so in our last class we have discussed how to solve LPP problem, right? We have also discussed the different types of graphs, that is if the feasible region is bounded by few points, corner points, then how will you find the maximum or minimum value? If it's unbounded, then also few different cases were there, right? So we have discussed all those. Now in the next exercise also, we will discuss LPP problem only, but the difference is now the objective function and the linear constraints will not be mentioned. Okay, so you have to construct the objective function according to the need of the question, and based on the conditions that is given in the question, you have to construct the constraints. Okay, so let's try to do this question. So the first one is Reshma wishes to mix two types of food, P and Q. So the first thing I would like to mention is whatever item is given, so you will write the quantity of that item, because if the quantity is not known, hence you will not be able to proceed the sum. Okay, so the item is food here, and there are two types of food, that is P and Q, and accordingly, as I said, you will assume the quantity. So let the quantity of food P be X and X be Y, such that the vitamin contained of the mixture is at least 8 units. So from here you will get the constraints, okay? Such that vitamin contained of the mixture, that means the total mixture, when you will mix P and Q, the total mixture will contain at least 8 units of vitamin A and 11 units of vitamin B, that means the total mixture I need, hence I will find the total. So quantity will be X plus A and 11 units of vitamin B. Now food P cost rupees 60 per kg, that is the cost is given, and food Q cost rupees 80 per kg. So quantity is known, hence we can find the cost. Food P contains 3 units per kg of vitamin A. Okay, so vitamin A and 5 units of vitamin B. Also vitamin B is present where? In food P. So food P contains 3 units per kg of vitamin A. So X quantity is there, this X kg is given. So 3 units per kg of vitamin A, that means it will be equals to thrice X, and 5 units of vitamin B, and 5X. Next, food Q. So next we will write about food Q. Contains 4 units per kg of vitamin A. So 4 this time, what is the quantity? Y, and 2 units per kg of vitamin B. So 2Y. At the end we will write the cost. What is the cost of food P? Food P cost rupees 60 per kg, so it will be 60X. And food Q cost rupees 80 per kg, so it will be 80Y. Okay, so I think so up to this it's clear. So now how will you construct the objective function and constraints, that we will learn. So your final question is determine the minimum cost of the mixture. So you are given to find the minimum cost of the mixture, hence objective function will be equals to minimum of Z, that is equals to minimum cost of the mixture, that is total will be equals to, let me write the total for this and the rest also. This is the total cost, 60X plus 80Y. So minimum of Z is equals to how much here? 60X plus 80Y. Subject to the constraints. So we will write the constraints. Now you see one thing, it's given that the mixture, in the mixture, vitamin contained of the mixture is at least 8 units of vitamin A. So this part, vitamin A, total mixture will contain what? At least 8 units. At least 8 units. So this is the requirement here. And the mixture contains 11 units of vitamin B. So at least 11. Here again. So based on this, you'll get the constraints. So what are the constraints? 3x plus 4y. Now at least 8 means what? Minimum 8 and maximum we don't know. So at least 8 will be greater than equals to 8. Here again at least 11. So 5x plus 2y greater than equals to 11. At least 11 means minimum will be 11 and maximum we don't know. At the same time, x and y has to be greater than equals to 0. X greater than equals to 0 and also y greater than equals to 0, because the quantity can never be negative. Now this part is same as the questions which we have done in the last exercise. So let's do it. So we will convert the inequations to equations first. So 3x plus 4y equals to 8. Next is 5x plus 2y equals to 11. Find out the values of x and y, which we will plot in the graph. So put x equals to 0, y equals to 0. So here if you put y equals to 0, sorry, x equals to 0, then y will be equals to 2. And if you put y equals to 0, x will be equals to 8 by 3. 8 by 3 will be equals to 3 to the 6, 0.0, 3 6 the 18, so approximately 2.6. Next, if you put x equals to 0 here, then y will be equals to 11 by 2, which is equals to 5.5. And if you put y equals to 0, then x will be equals to 11 by 5. That will be equals to 2.2. Right? So plot the points now. X O X dash, Y O Y dash. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Five, 6. Okay, I'll write the points for this here. So if x equals to 0, y equals to 2, and if y equals to 0, x equals to 2.6. Okay, so let's plot the points now. So first is 0, 5.5. So 0, 5.5 will lie here. 2.2, 0 will lie somewhere here. So this is the graph of 3x plus 5x plus 2y. 5x plus 2y equals to 11. Next, the graph for this we will draw now. So the points are 0, 2 and 2.6. 2.6, 0. So this is the graph of 3x plus 4y equals to 8. So now we will find out the feasible region. So for that you have to shade first. So 0 plus 0 greater than equals to 8. Is 0 greater than equals to 8? No. Hence you have to shade that part that is away from the origin. So this is 3x plus 4y equals to 8. So you have to shade that part that is away from the origin. And I'll directly shade the part that is away from the origin. Next, here again 0 plus 0 greater than equals to 11. This cannot be true. So for the second also it will be away from the origin. And since x greater than 0, y greater than 0 and both are greater than equals to 0 in which quadrant? In the first quadrant. So the feasible region will be this portion. Okay, where these are the corner points here, this and this. Let this be A, B and C, where the coordinate of, let me write the corner points and accordingly I'll write the coordinates. Okay, and z is equals to 60x plus 80y. So the corner points are A, B and C here. So coordinate of A is 0, 5.5. Coordinate of B is this is the intersection point of both the lines, so you have to solve and find it out. And next C, coordinate of C is, this was 2.6, will be 2.6, 0. Okay, or instead of this decimal point you can apply, you can directly use the fraction also. Okay, so 5.5 was equals to how much? 11 by 2. So 11 by 2. Next 2.6 was equals to how much? 8 by 3. So this way also you can write. Okay, so we will solve both the equations now in order to get the coordinates of the point B. So 3x plus 4y equals to 8, 5x plus 2y equals to 11. So equation 1, let this be equation 1 and this be equation 2. So equation 1 into 1 will be 3x plus 4y equals to 8, and equation 2 into 2 will be equals to 10x plus 4y equals to 22. Now subtract it. So this part will be equals to minus 7x, this will get cancelled, and this part will be equals to how much? 22 minus 8, 12 at 4, 14. Hence the value of x is equals to 2. So put the value of x in any one of the equations. So if I substitute in equation 1, then I'll get 3 into 2, that is 6. 6 plus 4y equals to 8. And hence 4y is equals to 8 minus 6, 2. So y will be equals to how much? 1 by 2. So the coordinate is 2, 1 by 2. Next, what will you do? You will substitute these values here and hence find out the minimum value of z. Okay. So if you put x equals to 0, y equals to 11 by 2, so you'll get 80 into 11 by 2. That is equals to 440. Next, 2 into 1 by 2. So 2 is the value of x here. So 60 into 2 plus 80 into 1 by 2 will give you how much? 120 plus 40, that is equals to 160. And the last one is 8 by 3. So 60 into 8 by 3 will be equals to how much? 160 again. So you are getting the minimum value of z at 2 points, that is B and C, right? Also you see one thing here, the visible region is unbounded, and if the visible region is unbounded, then this value, that is 160, may or may not be the minimum value. Hence, in order to check that, what you have to do? You have to draw the graph of 60x plus 80y, since its minimum of z less than 160. So you have to draw the graph for this and check if the graph has any common point in the visible region or not. So if you are getting any common point, hence 160 will not be the minimum value, and if you are not getting, then you can conclude that 160 is the minimum value of z. Okay, so let's plot it in the xy plane now. So 60x plus 80y less than equals to 60 can be written as 60x plus 80y equals to 160, which is equals to 0 can be cancelled here. We'll try to write the equation in simplest form. Okay, 3x plus 4y equals to 8. So 3x plus 4y equals to 8 already we have done. So this is the graph, not this, this is the graph of 3x plus 4y equals to 8, that is 60x plus 80y equals to 160. Okay. Now it's less than equals to 160. Okay. So less than 160 means put x equals to 0, y equals to 0. So 0 less than 160. Is it true? Yes, it's true. Hence, which part will you shape? We will shape that part that is towards the origin. Okay. So we are shading that part that is towards the origin, that is downwards. Now your feasible region is lying here, and the graph 60x plus 8y less than 160 is shaded downwards. So are you getting any common point with the feasible region? No, we are not getting any common point. Hence 160 is the minimum value, and the minimum value of z lies where? Lies along the line B and C, because for both you are getting 160, right? And such type of question we have discussed in the first exercise also. So if you are getting minimum value at more than 1 point, that means the minimum value will lie throughout the line segment B and C. Okay, so at the end you will write the answer as, therefore the minimum cost of the mixture is equals to rupees 160 at the line segment joining the points B 2, 1 by 2 and C 8 by 3, 0. Okay. So students, let's do one more question of such kind. So at first we will try to construct the objective function and hence the constraints. Okay. So it's given that one kind of cake requires 200 gram of flour and 25 gram of fat. So one kind of cake requires 200 gram of flour and 25 gram of fat. So another kind of cake, that means two kind of cakes are there, requires 100 gram of flour and 50 gram of fat. So find the maximum number of cakes. You are given to find the maximum number of cakes which can be made from 5 kg of flour and 1 kg of fat, assuming there is no shortage of the other ingredients used in making. So let's form the chart first. So two kinds of cake are there. So items are cake here. This is the first kind and the second kind cake. So next is the quantity you have to know. So number of cakes or quantity will be x and y. Next, the content of flour and fat is given. So flour in gram is given as 200 grams, so 200x. And fat content is also given, that is also given in gram, 25x. And second kind of cake requires 100 gram of flour and 50 gram of fat. So your question is find the maximum number of cakes. So this total number of cakes you are given to find. So total x plus y, 200x plus 100y, 25x plus 50y. Which can be made from 5 kg of flour and 1 kg of fat. That means these are the requirements. You are given to find the maximum number of cakes out of 5 kg of flour and 1 kg of fat. Now you see, the flour content is given in grams. So this you have to convert it to gram now. So 5 kg equals to 5000 gram. And 1 kg of fat, that also you convert it to gram, that is equals to 1000 gram. So your objective function will be maximum of z is equals to how much? Total number of cakes, that is x plus y, subject to the constraints. The constraints are 200x plus 100y. Now what will you write it? Will you write less than equals to 5000 or greater than equals to 5000? See, you have to make the cakes with the help of 5 kg flour only. It cannot exceed. Okay. So it will be equals to less than 5000. And the next is 25x plus 50y. Here again less than equals to 1000 because they are having 1 kg of fat. So you cannot exceed 1 kg. And here again x and y both has to be greater than equals to 0 because they are what? They are the quantity. Okay, quantity cannot be negative. So I guess this part is clear. So let's find out the values of x and y first and then substitute here. You'll get the maximum value of z. So 200x plus 100y less than equals to 5000. For this the equation will be 200x plus 100y equals to 5000. And as I told you before also, you reduce it to lowest term, okay? 25x plus 50y equals to 1000. So 0, 0 will get cancelled here. So we'll get twice x plus y equals to 50. And from here, we'll get x plus 2y equals to 40. So next we will find out the values of x and y. That means the coordinates which you need to plot. So if you put x equals to 0 here, y will be equals to 50, and if you put y equals to 0, then twice x equals to 50 means x equals to 25. Next put x equals to 0 here, y will be equals to 20, and if you put y equals to 0, x will be equals to 40. $10, $20, $30, $40, $10, $20, $30, $40, $50. So the first is 0, 50, next 25, 0. So this is the graph of 2x plus y equals to 50, that is 200x plus 100y equals to 5000. Next 0, 20, 40, 0. So this is the graph of the next one, that is 25x 50y equals to 1000. Next we will shade and find out the feasible region. So 0 plus 0 less than equals to 5000. Yes, 0 is less, so it will be towards the origin. And for the next also 0 plus 0 less than equals to 1000, that is true. So again shade that part that is towards the origin. And lastly xy greater than equals to 0, so you have to consider only the region that is in the first quadrant. So this is the feasible region here. It is bounded by 4 points. They are origin, let this be equals to A, B and C. So coordinate of A will be equals to 25, 0. Coordinate of B you have to find, it is the intersection point of both the equations. Next coordinate of C will be equals to 0, 20. Okay, solve both the equations. So on solving you will get twice x plus y equals to 50, and this equation if I multiply it by 2 I will get twice x plus 4y equals to 80. So if you subtract it, then you will get minus 3y equals to minus 30, that is y is equals to 10. If you put the value of y here, you will get twice x plus 10 equals to 50, that is twice x equals to 40, and hence x is equals to 20. So coordinates of B are 20, 10. Next we will find out the value of z. Substitute here. 0 plus 0 will be 0, 25 plus 0 will be 25, 20 plus 10 will be 30, and 0 plus 20 will be equals to 20. So you are given to find the maximum value of z. So what is the maximum value of z here? 30. 30 is the maximum value of z. and hence the maximum number of cakes that can be made with the given ingredients is equals to how much? The next question is also of same kind. The question is, a company manufactures two types of novelty souvenirs. So type A requires 5 minutes for cutting and 10 minutes for assembling, and type B requires 8 minutes for cutting and 8 minutes for assembling. So there are 3 hours 20 minutes available for cutting and 4 hours for assembling. This is the availability part. Okay. So profit is rupees 5 for type A and type B both. The question is, how many souvenirs of each type, that is the value of X and Y, you have to find such that you want to maximize the profit. Okay. So let's proceed. So here the items are two types of novelty souvenirs, type A and type B. So item type A, type B. So let the quantity be X and Y. It has to be produced in order to maximize the profit. Okay. So next, type A requires 5 minutes for cutting. So time for cutting in minutes, and for assembling, time for assembling in minutes again is given as 5 and 10, and for type B it's 8 minutes and 8 minutes for assembling also. Profit is given as rupees 5 for both. So profit equals to 5x 5y. So total x plus y, 5x plus 8y, 10x plus 8y, 5x plus 5y. Availability, it is a time, is given as 3 hours 20 minutes. But here you see, for cutting we have written the time in minutes, so you have to convert this in minutes now. So 3 hours 20 minutes means 3 into 60 plus 20. So 180 plus 20, that is equals to 200 minutes. And next for assembling is 4 hours. So 4 into 60, that is equals to 240. So you have to maximize the profit, hence maximum of Z is equals to 5x plus 5y subject to the constraints 5x plus 8y, and the time available is 3 hours 20 minutes for cutting. Okay, so you cannot exceed this 3 hours 20 minutes, hence it will be less than equals to 200. Next is 10x plus 8y less than equals to, here again less than equals to will be used because 4 hours is given for assembly. Okay, so you cannot take extra time. So 4 hours, that is equals to 240. And here again xy greater than equals to 0. And another thing, the profit for B, you write it as rupees 6. Okay, it's given rupees 6 is the profit for the second item, and here again this part will be 6y, here 6x plus 6y. Okay, so let's draw the graph. So the first equation is 5x plus 8y equals to 200. Next is 10x plus 8y equals to 240, which can be reduced to its simplest form and be written as 5x plus 4y equals to 120, right? equals to 0 here, y will be equals to how much? 200 by 8. So 8 to the 16, 40, this 25. Next put y equals to 0, 5x equals to 200, so x will be equals to 40. Here put y equals, x equals to 0, y will be equals to 30, and put y equals to 0, then x will be equals to 120 by 5, that is 24. Okay, so let's plot it in the xy plane. So I'll take 5 units each here. Scale to be equals to 5 units. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Here again 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. So the first is 0, 25. So the first coordinate 0, 25 will lie here. Next 40, 0. 40, 0 will lie here. So join the points, you'll get the graph of the first equation. That is 5x plus 8y equals to 200. Next 0, 30. And 24, 0. So this is the graph of the second equation, that is 10x plus 8y equals to 240. Okay, now shade it. 0 plus 0 less than equals to 200. Yes, it's true. 0 plus 0 less than equals to 240. This is also true. We have to shade that part, that is towards the origin for both. And hence the feasible region is this. We will consider xy to be greater than equals to 0. These are the corner points here. So the corner points are 0, A, B, C, and Z is equals to 5x plus 6y. Okay, profit for B is 6, so 5x plus 6y. 0, 0, coordinate of A will be equals to 24, 24, 0. For B you have to find it out. This is the point of intersection of both the lines. And C, coordinate of C will be equals to 0, 30. Solve both the equations. So if you subtract it, 8y minus 4y will be 4y, that is equals to 200 minus 120. Hence y will be equals to 20. And x will be equals to 160 equals to 200. I am substituting the value of y in the first equation. 40. X will be equals to 8. So coordinates of B are 8, 20. So let's find the value of Z now. So put the value of x and y. This will be 0. Put x equals to 24. So 24 into 5. 120. Next 5 into 8 plus 6 into 20 will be equals to 40 plus 120, that is 160. And finally C, coordinate of C is 0, 30. Okay, C is lying here, so it will be 0, 25. Okay, not 30, 0, 25. So 25 into 6 will be equals to 150. So what is the maximum value of Z? So maximum value of Z is 160. And you are given to find the number of items of each kind, that is souvenir A and souvenir B. How many in number, how much you will produce so that the profit is maximized. So you have to write the answer at the end as 8 souvenirs of type A and 20 souvenirs of type B has to be manufactured in order to maximize the profit. So students, let's do one more question, and this is the last question of this exercise. The remaining questions are also of same kind, okay? You try those, and if you have any doubt, then you share with me. We will discuss in the Zoom class. So the question is, a diet contains 80 units of vitamin A and 100 units of minerals. Next, two foods F1 and F2 are available. The cost of F1 is rupees 4 per unit and F2 is rupees 6 per unit. F1 contains 3 units of vitamin A and 4 units of minerals, and F2 contains 6 units of vitamin A, 3 units of minerals. So you are given to find the minimum cost for the diet. Okay. So here two kinds of foods are there, F1, F2. And the quantity of each be X and Y. Next, vitamin content and mineral content is given. So vitamin content of F1 is 3 units and minerals is 4 units. And for F2, vitamin content is 6 units and mineral content is 3 units. Also the cost per unit is given, that is 4x for the food F1, and for food F2 the cost is rupees 6 per unit, so 6y. The total will be equals to x plus y, 3x plus 6y, 4x plus 3y, 4x plus 6y, and the requirement is 80 units of vitamin A and 100 units of minerals. Okay, that means the diet should contain at least 80 units of vitamin A and 100 units of minerals. So you are going to minimize the cost, hence minimum of Z will be equals to 4x plus 6y subject to the constraints 3x plus 6y at least 80, so it will be greater than equals to 80. Next, 4x plus 3y greater than equals to 100, and xy both will be greater than equals to 0. Okay, so let's find out the feasible region and the corner points. So the equations are 3x plus 6y equals to 80 and 4x plus 3y equals to 100. So if you put x equals to 0, then y will be equals to 80 by 6. That is 40 by 3. Next, if you put y equals to 0, then x will be equals to 80 by 3. Here, if you put x equals to 0, y will be equals to 100 by 3. And if you put y equals to 0, x will be equals to 100 by 4, that is 25. Now, 40 by 3, you divide it, this is equals to 13.3. This is 13.3. 80 by 3 will be equals to 26.6. 100 by 3, that is equals to 33.3. This is equals to 33.3. Okay, so here again I'll take 5 units. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 and 30. .3. Okay, so plot the points. First is 0, 13.3. 0, 13.3. Next 26.6, 0. 26.6, 0. The graph of 3x plus 6y equals to 18. Next 0, 33.3 will lie somewhere here, and next is 25, 0. This is the graph of 4x plus 3y equals to 100. So 0 plus 0 greater than equals to 80. Is it true? No. So you will shade that part that is away from the origin. Next again, this is false. So you will shade that part that is away from the origin. So here we are getting an unbounded region. These corner points are this. 3 corner points are getting. Let this be A, B and C. Z is equals to 4x plus 6y. So corner points are A, B and C. The coordinate of A is equals to 0, this was how much? 33.3, that is 0, 100 by 3. Next B you have to find it out, and C. C is equals to 80 by 3. This is 26.6. So 80 by 3, 0. Let's find out the coordinate of B now. So you solve both the equations. So equation 1, equation 2 into 2 will be equals to equation 2 into 2 will be equals to this. So subtract it, we'll get minus 5x is equals to 280, that is equals to 120. And hence the value of x is equals to 24. Next find the value of y. So 24, okay, I'll substitute here, or you can do it here also. So 3 into 24, 72. So 72 plus 6y equals to 80, and 6y will be equals to 80 minus 72, 8. So y is equals to 8 by 6, that is 4 by 3. So substitute these values and find z. So 6 into 100 by 3 will be equals to 200. Next 24 into 4, 96, plus 4 by 3 into 6, so 96 plus 2, that is equals to 98. Sorry, not 2, 4 to the 8. So this will be equals to 104. And lastly, 4 into 80 by 3 that is equals to 320 by 3. Now 320 by 3 will be equals to how much? 106.6. So you are going to find the minimum value of Z. Hence the minimum value of Z is 104 here. But see, the feasible region is unbounded again. Hence you have to check whether you are having any common point with the feasible region or not. And the graph of which one will you check? This 4x plus 6y. Since minimum value you are given to find less than 104. So 4x plus 6y equals to 104. Graph you have to draw. Now this can be reduced to 2x plus 3y equals to 2x plus 3y equals to 52. And hence the values of x and y are x equals to 0, y equals to 0. So if you put x equals to 0, y will be equals to 52 by 3. So 52 by 3 means 3 ones are 3, 22, 17, 17.3, and if you put y equals to 0, then you will get 26. So let's plot it here. So 0, 17.3 will lie somewhere here. And 26, 0. So 26 will lie somewhere here. So apply dotted lines. Okay. Now 0 plus 0 less than equals to less than 104. So it is true. Hence you will shade that part that is towards the origin. So are you getting any common point with the feasible region? No, we are not getting any common point with the feasible region. Hence 104 is only the minimum value of Z. Okay. So in this question you were given to find the minimum cost for the diet, and hence the minimum cost for the diet is equals to how much? Rupees 104. So students, with this we have completed this chapter, that is LPP. The other questions are also of same kind. You have to construct the equations and hence find the value which will be mentioned in the question, be it maximum value or minimum value, and read the statement properly so that the linear constraints are correctly written. Because if there is any mistake in writing the linear constraints or the objective function, then you will not get the proper value. Okay. So the remaining questions you do, and if you have any doubt, then you tell me. So with this I end today's class. Thank you students. Take care.